A young boy named Simon was 19 years old and full of dreams, but slowly he started feeling lost. In school, he was curious, hardworking, and hopeful about his future. But after some time, his friends began laughing at serious goals. They spent their days wasting time, making fun of hard work, and telling Simon that dreams and discipline were useless. At first, Simon tried to stay strong, but day after day he started following them. He skipped important work, ignored his studies, and slowly moved away from the dreams that once gave his life meaning. Months passed, and his confidence began to disappear. One evening, Simon walked alone through a quiet park with a heavy heart. He felt confused about why his life was going in the wrong direction. On a wooden bench nearby sat an old wise man, known by many people as Guruji. His calm face and gentle eyes always made young people feel safe to speak. Guruji noticed the sadness in Simon's eyes and softly asked, "Son, why does your heart look troubled at such a young age?" Simon sat beside him and shared everything. He explained how he followed his friends even when he knew they were leading him away from his goals. Guruji listened patiently and then picked up a small stick from the ground. He drew two simple lines in the sand. One line was straight and clear, the other was broken and messy. Guruji said, "A wise person chooses friends who help him walk on the straight path. But when someone follows people who have no direction, their life also becomes lost." Simon looked down and felt the truth in those words. Those words touched Simon's heart deeply. For the first time, he clearly understood the quiet power of the people around him. That night, he made a difficult but important decision. He stopped following the habits that were destroying his future. He started protecting his time, focusing on learning and choosing better company. The path was not easy, but slowly his mind became stronger and his dreams became alive again. Many months later, Simon returned to the same park and saw Guruji again. This time, there was confidence in his eyes. In that moment, he understood a powerful life lesson that every young person should remember. Your future is not only shaped by your dreams, your future is also shaped by the people you walk beside every day. Choose wisely, because the direction of your friends can quietly become the direction
The
of your...
shadow of the crowd. Hook. Have you ever followed the crowd so long that you forgot who you really wanted to become? Jacob was a bright 18-year-old student who dreamed of becoming a scientist. He loved learning and always asked questions. But when he entered college, he became friends with a group of students who spent their days gossiping, scrolling on their phones, and making fun of people who worked hard. At first, Jacob ignored them, but slowly he started copying their habits. His grades dropped, his confidence disappeared, and his dream felt farther away every day. One evening, while walking home, he met an old painter sitting beside a wall. The painter was drawing two shadows. One shadow was tall and strong, while the other was bent and weak. "What do these shadows mean?" Jacob asked. The painter smiled and replied, "The people around you create the shadow you live in. Stand beside strong people and you grow. Stand beside weak habits and you shrink." Those words changed Jacob's life. He chose better friends, focused on his studies, and worked harder than ever. Years later, he became a successful scientist and never forgot the lesson he learned that evening. Moral: the people around you shape the person you become. The boat without a captain. Nathan dreamed of becoming a businessman. He was ambitious and hardworking, But he spent most of his time with friends who avoided responsibility and wasted every opportunity. One day, while sitting near a lake, he met an old fisherman. The fisherman pointed to two boats. One boat had a captain guiding it through the water. The other drifted wherever the waves pushed it. "Which boat reaches its destination?" the fisherman asked. "The one with the captain," Nathan replied. The fisherman nodded. "People without goals are like the second boat. If you follow them, you will drift too." Nathan realized he had been letting others control the direction of his life. He changed his habits, set clear goals, and surrounded himself with focused people. Years later, he built a successful company and remembered the lesson of the drifting boat. If you don't choose your direction, someone else will choose it for you. The clock tower lesson. Oliver was known as one of the smartest students in his town. His dream was to become an engineer. But after meeting a negative group of friends, he stopped valuing his time. One afternoon, he met an old clockmaker working inside a giant clock tower. The clockmaker handed Oliver a broken watch and asked, "What is wrong with it?" "It doesn't keep time," Oliver replied. "Exactly," said the old man. "And people who waste their time eventually lose their future." The words hit Oliver deeply. He realized that every hour spent following the wrong crowd was taking him further from his dreams. From that day on, he protected his time, worked hard, and stayed focused. Years later, he became a successful engineer. Your future is built 1 hour at a time. The path through the forest. The wrong path rarely looks dangerous at the beginning. A teenager named Leo dreamed of becoming an athlete, but he followed friends who spent every day making excuses and avoiding effort. One day, he got lost in a forest and met an old traveler. The traveler showed him two paths. One was easy and wide. The other was steep and difficult. "The easy path leads nowhere," the traveler explained. "The difficult path leads to the mountain peak." Leo understood the message immediately. Success requires effort, while failure often comes from choosing what feels comfortable. He returned home, changed his routine, and trained harder than ever before. Eventually, he achieved his dream. Easy choices often create hard lives, while hard choices create easy lives. The mirror of truth. What if you could see who you will become in 5 years? Ethan wanted to be a successful writer, but he spent all his time with people who laughed at dreams and discouraged ambition. One evening, he met an old man who owned an antique shop. The old man showed him a special mirror. "What do you see?" he asked. Ethan saw a tired, unhappy version of himself. "That is who you become if you continue following the wrong influences," the old man said. Then the mirror showed a confident and successful version of Ethan. That future is possible too, but only if you change today. Ethan left the shop determined to transform his life. He developed better habits, chose better friends, and never stopped working toward his goals. Years later, he became a successful author and understood that every future begins with today's choices. The life you will live tomorrow is being created by the decisions you make today. The lamp and the storm. Have you ever felt like the world was slowly blowing out the light inside you? A young boy named Alex dreamed of becoming a teacher. But after spending time with negative friends, he lost his focus and motivation. One rainy evening, He met an old lighthouse keeper who showed him a small lamp fighting against a powerful storm. The keeper said, "A strong light survives because it protects its flame." Alex realized he needed to protect his dreams from negative influences. He changed his habits, worked hard again, and eventually became the person he once dreamed of becoming. Protect your dreams from people who try to extinguish them. The river that changed direction. What if the reason you're not reaching your destination is because you're flowing with the wrong current? Michael was a hard-working student, but he followed friends who wasted their time. His goals slowly disappeared. One day, he met an old fisherman who pointed to a river. The fisherman explained that even a strong river changes direction when obstacles push it away from its path. Michael understood that bad company was changing his direction. He chose a better path and regained control of his future. Never allow negative influences to change your direction. The seed beneath the stone hook. Sometimes your greatest potential is hidden beneath the weight of the wrong people. Ryan dreamed of becoming an inventor, but constant negativity from his friends made him doubt himself. One afternoon, he met an old gardener who showed him a tiny plant growing through a heavy stone. The gardener said, "Growth happens when you push through what holds you down." Inspired, Ryan left behind bad influences and focused on his goals. Years later, he became a successful inventor. Your potential can grow even in difficult conditions if you refuse to give up. The bridge of choices. Every day you cross a bridge that leads either towards success or regret. Daniel spent his days following friends who cared about nothing but entertainment. His future began slipping away. One evening, he met an old builder standing beside a wooden bridge. The builder explained that every choice is like a plank in a bridge. Good choices build a strong future, while bad choices create a bridge that eventually collapses. Daniel changed his habits and built a better life, one decision at a time. Great futures are built through small daily choices. The mountain no one believed in Hook. What do you do when everyone around you tells you that your dream is impossible? Ethan wanted to climb a famous mountain near his village. His friends laughed at him and said he would never succeed. One day, an old climber showed him footprints on a steep trail. Every person who reached the top started with one step, the climber said. Ethan stopped listening to negativity and started believing in himself. After months of effort, he reached the summit and proved that persistence is stronger than doubt. Moral: never let other people's limits become your own.